What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters. Welcome to NoLifeTilMetal. Going to be doing a NoLifeTilMetal graphics update today. All one band. Well, two labels really, but it's going to all be Petra. And I happen to be wearing my, they're currently on their Best for Last tour, but they've been touring for almost 2 years straight on their 50th anniversary tour, and they went right from that tour into the Best for Last tour. But this is one of the shirts, the official shirts that I actually, I mean, it's a very simple design, but it's what they wanted. But as you can see, but it is one I created, and it has a back as well, but I'm not going to show it to you. But in any case, I think it has a back. But anyhow, I do have a pile here of PETRA records that I worked on. All of these were actually kind of for two labels together. So they're actually officially Curb Word records. So you can see here, this is actually the very first PETRA record. And this is a sealed copy. I just got this in the mail not too long ago. I haven't even got a chance to pop it open and look at it yet. So we're going to do that live here and take a look. But anyhow, it's the original cover. I, again, had to create the art from... I actually did own an original copy of this on vinyl, so I at least had vinyl to get the artwork from. But yeah, you can see it came out real nice. It's clean. It's there's no moires, it's not printed too dark. It looks really nice. It's got a nice little hype sticker on it. Girder Music proudly presents PETRA 1974, 180 gram burgundy vinyl. You can see the yellow and black stripes. That's kind of Petra's, Girder's colors. But the actual label that this was done for was Curb Word. And so they pressed these, and then Girder's been selling them. So kind of a partnership between the two labels. But yeah, 1974 record. This very organic rock, hard rock at times, but almost has sometimes like a southern vibe. But I really, really like this album. You guys know I'm really into the the 70s stuff, and my favorite Petra stuff is this more organic rock stuff than the slicker AOR stuff that they were doing in the 80s and early 90s. So, but anyhow, this is the first album, like I said. So I did an exact, reprint of the cover. There's no difference. The back is very similar to the original cover, but everything is fresh, clean. I cleaned up the band photo, but as you can see, it's got kind of a line pattern through it. Put all fresh type on the back. Nice clean spine, as you can see. Still sealed, so we're going to do the old jeans trick and pop this thing open. And these particular ones, and I'm not a big fan of these anymore as much as I am the inserts. I prefer to have an insert over a sleeve, but this has a sleeve. You can see it's got the same band photo on the inside. Unfortunately, this is the only photo of that particular lineup from 1974. That lineup changed for the next album, which you're going to see in a second. But yeah, it got lyrics, very clean. You can see it's all sand, so all the backgrounds are sand to match the front cover. And then it's got this very slick wine burgundy color, and you can see the custom center labels with the Curb Word logo on it. And then on the B side, you got the same thing. So yeah, these came out really nice. Like I said, this is the first time I've seen it because I'm just popping it open now. But I think it looks fantastic. It looks as good as the original as far as I can tell. I haven't actually compared it yet, but just looking at it, I'm pleased with how the printing came out and everything else. So very cool. Petra 1974. Like I said, very organic, rock, mixture of electric and acoustic guitars. They don't play a lot of these songs live, but Lucas McGraw is one that a lot of people enjoy. So that's on here. And I'm trying to think Backsliding Blues is another one that's on here that they used to play a lot live, and that's kind of a fan favorite. But anyhow, Petra, self-titled, 1974. And then you've got Petra, Come and Join Us. This is their second album from, I believe, 1977. Yes, that's correct. I just looked at the date in the back. See, it's nice if you can actually make the type on the back small but readable, and you can actually just look and say, oh, 1977. I hate those records, and I'm like, oh, I can't see it. Anyhow, again, it's got I actually have opened this one up, so the sticker looks crooked, but I just cut the sticker off and threw it inside. But Girder Music proudly presents Petra Come and Join Us 180 gram yellow vinyl, a Curb product, remastered, front and back. Again, I had an original vinyl for this, so I was able to recreate it from the vinyl. However, I had a lot of ring wear on my vinyl, and I had to spend quite a bit of time cleaning it, and it came out really nice. I'm really pleased with how this one came out, front and back cover. like I said, I did open this one. So interestingly enough, all the UPC codes are actually printed on stickers. So here's the sticker for the front. Tried to peel it off to put it on my sleeve, but it just this I don't know what sticker company they use, but man, that sticker wasn't budging. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to tear it up because I want to keep I keep the hype stickers with the albums, and if I can get them off and cleanly and put them on plastic, I do. If not, I just cut them out like this and stick them in the sleeve. Okay, so there's the cover with that plastic on it, and then of course it's got the. And you can see here's the sleeve. It actually is a sleeve. But here's the reason I don't like sleeves anymore, because they make them out of paper, and as you can see right there, you see it right here? They just break and pop, and they don't really protect the vinyl. They just aren't as good as... I'd rather have the insert. It's just a single page insert you flip over than that, because even these, I take them out and put them into, you know, these sleeves to protect the vinyl, and I don't want this thing to get any more busted up than it already is. So, but anyhow, you can see I cleaned up and the Petra logo quite a bit. So we used that classic looking Petra logo, and you can see the little castle up here in the corner. In the back, it has just the lyrics on it. And if you look really closely in the background, there is some texture and whatnot, but it's printed rather dark. I don't really care if it shows or not. That's not the point. The point is the lyrics. So. But yeah, this one came out nice as well, and it sounds phenomenal. Remastered by Rob Caldwell at Bombworks Sound, as usual. He does a fantastic job. We were able to use the original, you know, masters for this thing, so yeah, it sounds superb. The music was supplied by Curbword, who had the masters. It's always nice when you can get the original masters and not have to remaster something from a CD or something like that. But sometimes that's all there is. Masters have been destroyed, they're gone. People don't know where they are. Same thing with the artwork. I'd rather have the original artwork for it, but many times I don't. Sometimes I've had to create record covers from cassette albums, and you just do your best to make it look as best as possible. This particular one, I was able to create it from original vinyl, so it looks superb. There's no moires, no dot patterns, no pixelating. It looks as good, if not better, than the original, and that's what I always attempt to get it. At least as good as the original, if not better. So that's what I always strive for. Okay, and then this is now we skip a whole bunch of albums, whole bunch, and we go all the way down to Beyond Belief, which was 1988, I think. No, 1990, even later than I thought it was. But this album was a huge hit for them. I mean, this was a crossover. They were playing this on mainstream radio and pop stations, but this pretty much, if you know Petra at all, it pretty much reads as a greatest hits album. Armed and Dangerous was a hit. I'm on the Rock was a hit. Creed was a hit. Beyond Belief was a hit. Love was a hit. Then side B has Underground, which was not a hit. Seen and Not Heard was a hit. Last Days was not. What's in a Name and Prayer was a hit. So like 3 songs weren't hit singles for them at some level. And I think almost every one of these songs they were playing live for years. But again, this one I didn't have an original vinyl for. Nobody did. It didn't really get pressed on vinyl in the U.S. It got pressed on vinyl in Europe, and we couldn't find a decent copy. And then the one person who did have a copy that I knew told me that the artwork on the vinyl was horrible, and that it looked like it was been blown up from a CD. So if that was the case, and it was done back in the 90s, it was probably really poorly done. So like, forget it, we'll just recreate it from the CD. So that's what I did. I had to recreate it from the CD. All this artwork up here, the Petra logo, the name, all that was redone, completely fresh, clean, digital. And then the background was scanned, and I descreened it. I blew it up to a ridiculous size, like 24 by 24 at like 600 DPI, and I cleaned it up, and then I went in and I did some Photoshop magic to it, reduced it down, sharpened it, and it looks great. Same with the back cover. I actually used a portion of the airplane. As you can see, it kind of wraps around. The airplane does. And it came out real nice. All new text, all clean. You can see the official Petra logo on there, and the petra.com, so this is an official release on Girder Records. Again, has the hype sticker from Girder. Girder Records proudly presents, Girder Music proudly presents Petra Beyond Belief 180 gram orange vinyl to match the little sticker. Again, Curbword likes the, and this one still actually has the plastic on. I haven't even pulled the plastic off of this one yet. But I don't like to keep the shrink wrap on. But again, you'll see in a second that here is the inner sleeve. Nice picture of the band, and behind the band you'll see there's like it's a, what do you call it, the hanger, the airplane hanger in the background. Sorry for the glare. And then again you get the lyrics, and if you look closely you can kind of see the airplane and the hanger in the background behind the lyrics, but it's dark and it's supposed to be that way because the lyrics are what's important. You want to be able to read it. It needs to be functional. Good design is also functional. You can have something that looks really pretty but you can't read a word of it. What's the point, right? So this is an orange too, but it's a different color orange. It's more of a translucent, brighter orange, and it matches that front cover. And yeah, very cool. Again, it's a project that Girder and Curb, I tried to put the two together, Girder, did together. And once again, and this is the reason I'm not a big fan of the inner sleeves, is because brand new, still in the shrink, and they just pop. It's just too tight, especially for this. In the 80s, the vinyl was so thin, they didn't pop as bad. Now they're doing 140, 160, 180 gram and more vinyl. It's just thick. So those seams are going to split no matter what you do because it's just paper and ink. So you're trying to keep it, if you want to keep it from popping, I take them out. I put them into other sleeves so they don't split any more than they already do. And I'm not saying every copy's like that. I'm just saying that's what my copy came like. But it's very simple. It's pretty much how they all come, due to the fact that, like I said, it's just too thick for paper. But anyhow, the next album, this would have been what had to be 1991, 1992, 1991, and this is Unseen Power. And very similar in sound, very similar in style, very clean production, big AOR sounds, and a lot of hits on here as well. Destiny was a hit. Ready, Willing, and Able was a hit. Dance was a huge hit. Sight Unseen was a hit. So yeah, another one, and this one was produced by John and Dino Elefante. Of course, John Elefante being the former Kansas singer. And again, you have the insert. This is all new. There wasn't one before, so I created this. That's new photography down there, which I manipulated quite a bit to give it a look similar to the original. So you can see the grass on the bottom and everything, and the blue sky. So yeah, the windmills are one part, and the grass is another part, and this back is it. I basically put all those together. And then of course you see the very nice band photo pictures. And then here's the back, and again there's a ghosted image of the fan blades on there and the lyrics. Very readable again. Like I said, I like fancy fonts. I like design, but I want my designs to be functional and readable. It's just, there's no reason not to be. I think that's part of the job as a designer, is to design it so that it looks good and is readable. Okay, and then the follow-up to that, this was Wake Up Call, 1992 or 3? 1992. Gosh, I can't see it. I just said that, now I can't see it. It's not because it's too small, it's because the glare is so bad on this. Yeah, well, I guess I could take it out of the sleeve, but I still have the shrink wrap on it, so it's still going to be shiny. I'm just getting a wicked glare on the bottom. 1993. And you can see here, I can put it up to there, you can see the year on there. It's got the published year, which is 1993. Again, this was the toughest of the three that I just showed. No vinyl ever existed. Had to create it from a CD. So as you see, the Petra logo on the top is all fresh. The text "Wake Up Call" in yellow up here, that's all new, fresh. The background was rough because the CD was rough. I mean, the images of the band were dark and anyhow. I cleaned it up best I could. There's still no moires. There's still no pixelation or anything like that. It's just a little darker than I would like it to be. I wish I would have had a better image to work from, but it came out pretty good for what it is. I mean, there's nothing to compare it to because nobody else has a vinyl of this. It wasn't on vinyl before, but back cover is new. Picture of the Earth, similar to this one. The original CD, I believe the Earth kind of wrapped around like this, around to the back cover, but I made it bigger so that you can actually read the yellow text on that dark background. And that's the reason for the yellow vinyl as well. It's got everything on here is yellow, the yellow text on the background. And this was also released on CD as well. All these were actually released on CD, so you can get them on vinyl or CD. Then here's the insert again. It's a sleeve. You can see the Petra logo in the background on the blue field, and then there's a really good picture of the band there, and another picture of the sky in there. Liner notes, lyrics, credits, all that kind of fun stuff. And then the vinyl itself is yellow translucent vinyl, custom center labels. Yeah, came out great. If that's the only one I really have any critique of, and it's only because we didn't have great material to start with, and I'm not. I just, and I knew it going into it that, you know, it wasn't quite. It just wasn't, you know, gonna be as nice as the others because I didn't have anything great to work with. All I had was an American pressing of the CD, and it was kind of dark, and it had. I mean, usually, you know, record covers and CD covers, especially ones from the 90s, they were running at 175 line, 200 line screen, so you get, you know, very minor, thin dots, printing dots. But I swear that one had to be like a 133 line screen because those were some big dots to overcome. So descreening that one was a bit of a challenge. But again, you can see the custom sticker on it. Girder Music proudly presents Petra Wake Up Call 180 gram yellow vinyl remastered. So. And then my last one, and I may have shown this one before, but I'm going to show it again because it kind of goes along with all the other ones. Now this one here was just a Girder release. This is a brand new single album release. So you saw me show probably the Petra 50 album, which was a 5 LP box set, which is right behind me up here. But this is actually a single LP collection called 50 Years. The other one's just called 50. This one's called 50 Years. Very similar covers. Custom hype sticker, as you can see, 4-time Grammy award-winning Petra celebrates 50 years. Royal purple and black vinyl, and the vinyl on this is gorgeous. Oh, here's the back cover and the tracks, and there's a little saying up here that the bands had printed on shirts and other things over the years. But this we did as a. So here's your lyrics, and then here's some write-up from the bands, some pictures of the band from over the years. No lyrics in this one, but there's some quotes from people like John Cooper from Skillet, John Elefante from Kansas, Kevin Young from Disciple, John Thompson from True Tunes. And there's a write-up from guitarist Bob Hartman and vocalist John Schlitt. So, nice release. And then it just came in a generic white sleeve, so I will be replacing this sleeve with a poly sleeve. But as you can see, it's a really cool looking vinyl color. Black. I believe it's called an A-side, B-side vinyl, but every one is going to be just a little different from the next. But yeah, purple and black with gold, custom gold center labels. And you can't mistake which is the A-side and the B-side on this one. That's another thing that drives me nuts about a lot of releases, especially newer releases. They'll put out a release, and one side will have the label on it, the band label on it, and the other side will have like a picture of the band or some picture on it, and they'll say this side and other side. But it doesn't say which side is which. Which side is this side and that side? Or just all we need on there is A and B. So we know which side to put on first. And many times that's not what you get. So yeah, this came out spectacular. There's still copies of this thing. In fact, this thing has gone into a second pressing already, so there's lots of copies out there to find. If you're into Petra, this is and if you're not into Petra, this is a nice way to check them out. There's a little bit from everything. Lucas McGraw and God Gave Rock and Roll to You from the first and second album, and yes, Petra did God Gave Rock and Roll to You. They actually recorded that song twice, and yes, they recorded it before Kiss did. But it is a cover, an Argent cover, I believe. And More Power to You, the coloring song, Grave Robber, Beat the System, and Thankful Heart on the A side. And then the B side is This Means War, All Fired Up, Lord, I Lift Your Name on High, Beyond Belief, Creed, Dance, and Midnight Oil. And if you remember me showing those other albums, you hear a lot of the same titles because these songs are all pretty much, very popular among Petra fans, and they got played a ton on CCM radio and even on mainstream rock and pop stations. So anyhow, that's it. That's my NoLifeTilMetal graphics update. Like I said, it's all Petra, all for Girder Records, and a fantastic label run by a guy whose name is Greg Hayes. He's one of my good friends now. I've been friends with him for years, and him and I get on the phone and just talk for hours about music. We can just chat forever. So yeah, he's a great guy, and running a great label. Matter of fact, they just moved. They're getting bigger and bigger. They just moved into a bigger warehouse with more space, and they're just putting out more and more releases every year. So that's it. I appreciate y'all watching. Please do check out Girder Music, even if it's not, you know, to get Petra. They have tons of other stuff there. I'll put a link below so you can find the label and their website. So that's it. Appreciate y'all watching. God bless. Stay strong.